Final international break until March over now, and we are 11 games into the Premier League season. So let's have a look at what my Premier League team of the season so far would be. So for my back line, I have gone for the Nottingham Forest duo of Sells and Aina in goal and in right back respectively. They've been part of a Forest defence that have conceded just 10 goals all season so far, keeping 4 clean sheets in that period, with Sells himself keeping 30 saves to help them with those defensive efforts. And listen, I was at Anfield when Forest shocked everyone and beat Liverpool, and these two were absolutely pivotal. Sells almost spilling the ball into the net side. They were absolutely rock solid, and Aina just absolutely locked off Diaz that game. It was really, really impressive. And listen, Forest are 5th in the league right now. They've been the surprise package so far this season, and yeah, these two have been instrumental to a lot of the good that they've done. For my centre-back pairing, I've gone for another club duo in Konate and Van Dijk, and as a Liverpool fan, it's very easy to want to try and put as many of our players into this side as possible, but there's not really much dispute, I think, with these two. They've been absolute brick walls for Liverpool, who've kept 6 clean sheets in our opening 11, conceded the fewest goals in the league of any side, both actual goals conceded and the expected goals against us, and we sit top of the league. These two have been near flawless. Konate obviously makes a big mistake in the game against Wolves, but other than that, they've been almost perfect, and yeah, they are probably the best centre-back pairing in the league right now. Moving over to the left-back spot, I actually struggled to find someone who I thought absolutely stood out there this season so far, but I'm going to give it to Fulham's Anthony Robinson. 3 assists so far, 10 chances created, 2 of those big chances, a pretty good output for a fullback. He's also amongst the best ranking fullbacks for tackles with 22, duels 59, and recoveries made 42. Very impressive individual stats, and on top of that, he's part of a Fulham defence who are joint 6th for the fewest goals conceded this season, and 4th if you're looking at just expected goals against. So listen, a really solid option to put in any team. I've gone for a double pivot in the midfield with Gravenberch and Caicedo, 2 of the best performing defensive midfielders in the league this season. Caicedo, for example, 38 tackles, Gravenberch with 21 interceptions, equating to about 1.91 per 90 minutes. But even above the stats, I think it's safe to say they're flying through the eye test, both looking really, really assured, and probably both shouts for their team's respective best player of the season so far. It is absolutely freezing in the UK right now, and step forward for the cam position, none other than Cole Palmer himself, with his 7 goals and 5 assists already this season. 29 chances created for his teammates, 10 of which were big chances, but even attacking stats aside, he brings that defensive side to ranking amongst the best attacking mids and wingers for duels won with 49 and recoveries with 40. Listen, there's just no way you don't put him in your team, and I know people will say he doesn't really turn up in the big games so far against the so-called Big Six, but there's still time in the season for him to prove himself. Over on the right wing, we've got the Egyptian king himself, Mohamed Salah, with his 8 goals, 6 assists, the highest combined goals and assists tally so far in the league this season. 21 chances created for his teammates as well, 6 of those being big chances. He has the highest average foot mob rating so far this season with 8.02. And listen, he is quite simply a man who's just rejuvenated to prove that he is still the best player in the league. And then over on the left wing, I've fitted in the guy, Bukayo Saka, who is probably next in line to the throne for the right wing position. But yeah, there's no way this guy can't be in the team of the season. 3 goals, 7 assists, 28 chances created for his teammates, including 13 big chances. So his numbers could be even higher if all the chances were being taken. He's been Arsenal's star boy and probably their main creative outlet, especially in the absence of Odegaard, who's missed a large chunk of the season so far. So this guy is absolutely pivotal to that Arsenal team, and he is one of the brightest shining stars in the Premier League right now. And then finally in the striker position, it's Yohan Wissa of Brentford, who's been hiding behind me this whole video. Listen, honourable mentions for Haaland and Wood, who've both scored in 7 of their 11 games so far. But Yohan Wissa, he scored 5 and 8, so a slightly better ratio. He has the highest goals per 90 in the league amongst the top strikers competing for that Golden Boot. And listen, he sometimes maybe gets a little bit glossed over next to Mbeumo as the kind of the key man for Brentford. But this is a man who's been firing, and for me has to take the spot in the team of the season as a striker so far. Let me know in the comments what you would change.